What's good, y'all? It's Pod.cannion. I'm back with another reaction video. We have why are Frieren fans racist? I like Frieren. I haven't I don't know or I haven't ran into many people who have watched that show as well. So I don't have run into like a lot of Frieren fans, but apparently they're racist, and we're about to see why. If y'all like the video, like, subscribe. If you new, all we do is chill over here. With that being said, yeah, I think that's it. Let's get into the video.
So why are Frieren fans racist?
I
Or
say
Frieren,
Frieren.
why are the
Frieren,
fans racist? I'm a little bit confused here,
Me
and I don't
too.
understand what's going on. I've been seeing it
Catch
more
me up.
prevalently on Twitter, which I shouldn't
Makes
be on
sense.
realistically. And
Yeah.
I've noticed this video. This one's getting a little bit of traction right now. This is from Master Samwise. Pretty okay YouTuber. I enjoy his videos. Modern storytelling has a villain problem. It doesn't want to make them evil. Villains have become so sympathetic that we're not even sure if they are supposed to be the real heroes, according to the author. But some recent stories buck this trend and say, no, our villains are evil and evil must be destroyed. Killing demons is awesome, actually. So, this is very important. I want to look at the examples here.
This is
K-pop
interesting.
Demon Hunters and Frieren are right here.
K-pop
Even in K-pop
Demon
Demon Hunters, the villains, the with one villain that's very particular, was not bad. One of the characters, the main characters, was half demon and not evil. That was a whole thing. That was like the entire basis of the thing, to show that there is duality in humans. There is nuance in the storytelling. And even with Frieren, despite the fact that the demons are objectively evil, it's not the main basis of the story. Now Doom, everybody's evil in Doom. There's there's three different things in his entire thing.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to witness. Very interesting. And I've noticed a lot of people are using this as justification to be mean or evil or vitriolic towards a group of people or many groups of people. And I don't like that. That is very strange.
That is interesting. Like, I remember with Frieren, obviously the villains were evil, but you gotta also understand her as a character, right? She's an elf, first of all. So she has seen generations of people die in the blink of an eye to her. So she clearly does not hold. I don't get how people just walk away and leave their door wide open. That's just me. Let me not get distracted by that. That's ADHD. Um, like she doesn't hold the same value of a life. You know what I'm saying? So especially with her party, I'm pretty sure there was some um what you call it morale, you know, moral dilemmas. Yeah. Um that probably they probably tried to get across to her, and you even realize even with her spending a full humans, I won't say a full humans lifetime because realistically their journey was only 10 years, but to spend all that journey, go through a whole human's lifetime and still have lessons she's picking up, or lessons she's learning in the time period of different people's lives, just shows people grow at different times. And with her, of course, she would be a little ruthless with these people killings. Sometimes they be disintegrated on some shit. I'd be like, damn, she's not holding back. But I feel because I've only watched the first season, so I feel as time goes on, there will be a bigger understanding from Frieren as a character, as in, okay, even though I see life flash before my eyes like this, it doesn't make that life any less or more important than mine based off my view of how I see it. That's my
I want to
little
say this
about that.
to people that are going to come here and phrase this. It seems as though we have this need to make everything deeply political. Anime, art. I know that people are going to say, well, all art is inherently political. That's not true.
Well,
that's just not true.
Well, not
I just
all
don't
art,
think that's
obviously,
true.
but I'm not gonna lie to you. Politics are entwined with our life, even when we try to ignore it, right? So, obviously, there are some things you could be like, okay, obviously, this isn't political at all, But when you start applying art and like trying to compare it to our reality is entwined with politics. So you might see some issues that people in real life are reflecting that may have nothing to do. Like these are obviously a demon army overtaking the fairies, but even still, you realize that there are other armies that may overtake a whole nother thing, and then you realize that what I'm saying, the connections like that. So even like with certain like pieces of art or certain like cartoons or something that maybe maybe not have the like intention of being political when it first started, but I mean like so it's like I kind of disagree with that, but
There's
it's
a
you know what
big
I'm saying?
meaner. There's a bigger thing than that. Because what they're meaning to say is that everything is political because it is. Everything is political.
That's what I was saying.
But to frame all art as political when it has no basis to do so,
Yeah,
is
that's
you
what I mean.
implying your meaning upon it. It's
Yeah, okay, I see what he's saying now. I definitely see what he's saying. Yeah, like even when you don't have the intention of making stuff political, in a sense, like there is someone's reality that can be reflected based off of that piece of art. Now, just like he said, and like I said, that may not have been the artist's intention. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that people do is they see their reality, they see things that they've seen, and they reflect their reality or their experience based off of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a lot easier for people to understand or get where someone is coming from if they have experienced something similar to that. You know? Everybody tries to base what they relate or at least connect the dots somehow, you know?
two separate things. I know it sounds confusing, but I'm going to try to explain this.
Yeah,
Here
break it
we
down
go. So,
better.
just give me 1 second because I got to get paid. Here goes a sponsored ad. Hey, you actually stuck around for the ad?
Oh,
Let me tell you what I can get you real
wow.
fast. Here's something you can
Nice
do when you're bored. Playing games and
sponsor.
getting paid for. Talking about before.
Free
I imagine
cash.
when people watch shows, they come looking for a monster. Something shaped in the dark, something with fangs and a forked tongue. You can point and say, there. That is evil, whether it be LGBTQ or trans people or a whole race of people. This is the source of the rot. You might say you wanted
This is
what
people's
I like to say, a
mentality.
snake, a single slithering thing to pin on all the world's chaos. Many people do this. They say, "Oh, black people are responsible for all the crimes," or "The reason my daughter likes girls is because of the LGBTQ agenda. The reason that I'm suffering in
people
life
who
is
believe
because
this.
of conservatives."
There
We
are
always
people
put
who believe
one
this.
main thing to find the source of everything. Because when we have one villain, whether it be immigrants or the LGBT,
And I've said this with like so many people before. A lot of times, like people feel like they don't actually need it, but people feel like they need a villain, something to look at to blame all their problems on. And when you look at reality, it's a lot more nuanced than what you think. Like the entity, the person who you think is responsible for all your problems, and this is the reason this is like that. It's not. I promise you, it's not. But people need hyperfocus. They need a reason to be like, okay, this is the reason for this. We for some reason like we just need stuff to make perfect sense in our head, even when it's like it can be a lot deeper than what it actually is. You know.
LGBTQ, it makes things easier. That is your snake. You don't have to face the terrifying truth when you do that. The darkness is not a single beast, but a shadow that every one of us casts. We are all good and evil, subjective, objectively.
That's why I said nothing's
Fiction,
black and white.
in its kindness and its cruelty, it gives you that snake. That is what fiction does. It gives you the Demon King, the first layer, the beautiful, damned enemy that makes you feel clean and righteous
He's spitting right now.
and whole when you finally drive a blade through his heart. Boom! That's the whole thing. Frieren was never about handing you that blade. It was about asking you, with a quiet and unnerving patience, if you understood what you were trying to kill.
Oh,
That is what it is. That's the whole thing. Even if you wipe out all the demons, they're still bad people. You see, the demons in Frieren are not evil in the way a person is evil. They are not corrupted. They are designed. They are logical, biological endpoints of a different evolutionary
come with
tree.
me.
They are riddles written in a language that has no word for love or remorse. They mimic empathy the way a predator
Gotta put
mimics
these
the mating
groceries
call
away.
of its prey. They offer you flowers while calculating the exact angle to slit your throat.
Ah.
They are a perfect, slayable villain. That's what you've always craved.
Yep.
That is the trap. Because you can't apply that to real world logic. If you walk away from Frieren thinking, the lesson is that villains and demons are irredeemably evil, then you do not listen to the story.
Yeah.
You listen to the echo of your own desire for a simple world. You saw a monster and you slew it in your mind and you called it a day.
Man, me and Cerostv are kind of I gotta watch more Cerostv because like I just be understanding his point of view so well, and it's like I'd be like forgetting that like there are more people who like think with this level of nuance. Like with the people I'm around, like I don't usually like experience like. Usually I'm the biggest voice of nuance in people's heads, so it's like just hearing that is crazy.
Reality does not have demons. Reality does not have a snake. It has people, right? It has people. And demons in fiction are cool. It's fun to play the hero. It's a very 12-year-old mentality, as if they want to be 12. The world has people who are hurt, so they hurt others. It has people who are so terrified of complexity that they cling to certainty like a life raft in a storm. It has people who are kind but complicit in symptoms of quiet cruelty. That's what the real world has.
Yep.
The true horror of Earth is not a cackling overlord. It is the banality of 1,000 small human choices that lead to a world of pain. The snake is not a creature. It is a current, and we are all swimming in it. In the intoxicating...
We pretty much take it all. Fridges and dishwashers.
Like, I'm glad I let him break it down, because, like, he's essentially saying what I'm saying, but he's saying it a lot better. I can't
Irony is that in fiction, killing the demon feels good. It should.
It should.
Period.
Yep.
Stop, full stop, right there. Megatron, defeating Megatron feels good. Destroying Captain Pollution with Captain America, that feels good. Old shows had a very distinct villain. Skeletor, I want to destroy the world. Boom. Now we have more nuanced villains that show the moral greatness of the world. People were sympathizing with Thanos despite the fact they didn't agree with him.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. I'm glad I'm starting to read stuff better, and I seen like why these Frieren fans felt the justification in thinking that. And it's like, this is why, like, when I watch anime, like, of course, like, I'll enjoy it. But there are certain anime, like this one, that I knew I just had to sit back and experience, so to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually immerse myself in it. So I feel like that's why I sort of understood why people, the parts that people misunderstood, so to say. Like, and yeah, like, pretty much, like, he's saying everything, like, right, and I don't want to, like, be too repetitive or just echo off what Saros is saying, but, like, yeah, like, people see stuff that they want to see. They see things through their experience, through their focus, through their point of view. And a lot of times people will project their desires, their dreams, on a show. It happens all the time. Like, so it's easy for people to misunderstand a show's intention if it is from a type of focal view or a type of lens that they have not yet crossed into. Like, with me, I feel like if Frieren came out 3 years ago and I were to watch it, like, with the same mind state, but just a difference in, like, experience and what I've experienced, I probably wouldn't have understood it the way that I understand it now. It took me learning certain lessons. And that's why I don't put too much past people, because it's like, when you're going to watch the right piece of media when you're ready to understand the underlying message, right? Did that make sense? Okay.
That they can understand why he would want to take out half the earth so he can save resources. You could just double the resources realistically, but that's a whole other situation from neither here
That's
nor there.
what I
But
was
that's how it
saying.
is.
Yo, with that
It's
Thanos
really-
shit, that shit pissed me off. I was like, okay, obviously there's not enough. We need half the world gone, right? So you're going, like, not even think for half a second. Let's just double the resources. Let's double the size of the earth. Let's double the size of this, that, and the third. Nope, we're just gonna do some genocide. Yeah, just killing. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, this was not the best thought scenario at all. But then again, they. This is why certain things are a villain. People are like, "Oh no, that was the only way." Like, I know there were these better ways, but I'm presenting this that this is the only way we should handle this. So you shouldn't even think nuancedly, because I need justification to be evil. I could be talking about anything. Like, I started this off with Thanos, but y'all know I'm talking about.
Peace
I could
vow
be talking
for
about
the
anything.
powerlessness we feel
talking
in a
about Marvel,
world where
Will.
the problems have no clear faces and the solutions are never final.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. You want simplicity. That's the issue
We all
with
want
modern
simplicity.
simplicity. You want simplicity. It's not a villain problem. It's not a demon problem. It's you being simple and not wanting to figure out yourself. When you take that hunger for a clean kill out of the story and into your life, you start
Yeah.
seeing demons everywhere.
Mhm.
You disagree with a politician, that's a demon. A coworker
Yep.
who slighted you, that's a demon.
That's a demon.
The fan with a different interpretation of the entire story. Even these people that say
That's a
Frieren
demon.
is about killing demons, you would feel as though those people are demons. You start swinging at phantoms and you call it justice. And this is how evil truly wins.
Hold up.
Not with the roar.
Y'all, my lights are on in my car. We gon' run this back, so I'm gonna be able to fix this. But I'll
So, when you take that hunger for a clean kill out of the story and into your life,
Alright.
you start seeing demons everywhere. You disagree with a politician, that's a demon. A coworker who slighted you, that's a demon. The fan with a different interpretation of the entire story. Even these people that say Frieren is about killing demons, you would feel as though those people are demons. You start swinging at phantoms and you call it justice. And this is how evil truly wins. Not with a roar, but with the seductive whisper of simplicity. It wins when we are so desperate for a villain that we will appoint one, manufacture one, or even become one just to feel the relief of knowing who the enemy is. That's marketing. There's no justice there. You are buying it in bulk. The worst part is that evil is not interesting because it is monstrous. It is interesting because it is familiar.
Awesome.
It speaks in the language of righteousness. It wears the uniform of your tribe.
neighbor.
We must destroy
not
the
that
devil.
bad.
We must destroy Satan, the fallen angel, the morning star.
Oh, he's
Even
talking.
in the Bible, there was
Oh,
because
he's
it is
talking.
monstrous.
Yep.
It is interesting because it is familiar.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks in the language of righteousness. It wears the uniform of your tribe. We must destroy the devil. We must destroy Satan, the fallen angel, the morning star. Even in the Bible, there was nuance in the falling of the angel, second only to God, Lucifer, the morning star, the son that he was, crying when falling because he was jealous of humans and the love that God had for them. That is a nuanced
Nothing
demon.
is
It
black
is
and white.
falling from grace. That is just nuance in that. Launching a rebellion against your very father. There's so much nuance in that.
So
and most
much.
people only see the story for, all right,
Evil.
Satan's evil.
And that's
There's
good.
like many interpretations.
When it's-
Satan is different than Lucifer's technically.
Yeah,
It's two
there's
different things,
so
technically
many
different.
interpretations.
What
It all
happens is
depends
that
on
it
your
offers
view.
you community in exchange for your compassion. It feels like a friend before it reveals itself as a poison.
Man, run
and
that
that's the
shit
issue.
back. Offers community in exchange for your compassion.
Is that it offers you community in exchange for your compassion.
Come
It feels
on,
like a
my nigga.
friend before it reveals itself as a poison. And that's the
Fuck.
issue.
Yeah.
Frieren is not a story about why demons must be killed. It is a story about perception. It is a question posed over decades and centuries. Can you tell the difference between a being that has no soul and a being that has simply closed his heart?
Come
Can you face
on.
a creature that reflects your own capacity for cold, utilitarian logic back at you?
Come
When friends
on.
cry out that the depiction is problematic, they're not wrong to feel unsettled, but they are stopping at the station of discomfort, refusing to board the train of thought that leads you to the real destination.
Oh
The
shit.
show refuses to be your moral compass.
Yep.
That is literally the
No,
interpretation
literally.
of the show. It leaves you in the fog, armed with only
Mm-hmm.
your flawed judgment, and asks, do you trust what you see? Do you trust what you feel? And that ambiguity feels like a betrayal when you have built your identity on the bedrock of certainty.
Yeah.
And I think this is why Frieren resonates so deeply. It doesn't let us be heroes in the way we want to be.
Yeah.
It forces us to ask the terrible questions. What if you were born into the evil culture? What if the monster was your teacher, your friend, the one who showed you kindness? What if the darkness you fought is not out there, but a choice you make every day to simplify, to dismiss, to destroy rather than to understand, to reduce the demons and Frieren to a clumsy out?
Yo, I love talks like this. I absolutely love talks like this because, of course, we are talking about this story. But when you look at your own life, however, whatever, you know what I'm saying, spot you are in your life right now, like, it all lines up. And it's like, dude, yeah.
Allegory for race or ideology is to miss the profound philosophical point. They are a symbol of conceptual evil, the kind we all wish we could neatly destroy from the universe. They represent our deep human yearning for a world where problems have solutions and enemies have headquarters. This is the headquarters of Cobra Commander. This is where the Decepticons congregate. This is it. Oh, this is the Akatsuki, however you pronounce it. This is the big villain organization. But here goes the thing. Life isn't like that. It never has been. And anyone who tells you otherwise is selling you something, that wants you to be a part of something. There was never and will never be a battle between good and evil. It is a conversation about the nature of understanding. If you are too addicted to the high of moral clarity to listen, then the demons have already won.
Yes.
Not the ones on the screen, the one in your mind.
Yeah.
The part of you that would rather silence the difficult truth than sit with it in the quiet.
Bro, like, are y'all actually hearing him though? Like, like, I hear him, but like, are y'all actually hearing this dude right now? Like, fuck, I'm gonna run that back just so, you know what I'm saying? Then we gonna end this video out, because, bro, I have nothing else to add after this. He's saying exactly everything that I would have missed, but needed to be said. Like, yes.
Wants you to be a part of something. There was never
and
will never be a battle between good and evil.
Come on.
It is a conversation about the nature of understanding. If you are too addicted to the high of moral clarity to listen, then the demons have already won. Not the ones on the screen, the one in your mind. The part of you that would rather silence a difficult truth than sit with it in the quiet.
Oof.
I believe that many people love Frieren,
bro.
not because it makes us feel like heroes, because it reminds us how fragile heroism truly is. How it must be defended not with swords and certainty, but with humility, with patience, and with the courage to stare into the fog without a map. Because the moment you are sure you have found the snake and cut its head off is the moment you become the next one.
And the best, well, okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna add, because, like, bro, I was ready to add, like, nothing. Like, I was ready to be like, bro, there's nothing else to be said. But just like how, you know what I'm saying, in this show, you're just looking into the fog without the map. Is that not life to some people? Like, I know some people feel like they have it all figured out and stuff, but in reality, nobody knows for certain our future and the course in which things are going to take place. We are consistently, all of us, looking into the fog with no map. We may have concepts of a map, concepts of a plan, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We may have other people who have seen the path and drawn it out, but the thing is, they have walked that path, but in a completely different setting, in a completely different time period. The times and the, you know what I'm saying, just the energy around us is consistently changing. So when I see stuff like this, man, this was a good ass video. I'm glad we did this. If y'all like the video, well, yeah. If y'all like the video, like, subscribe. You know what we do is chill up here. With that being said, y'all be great. Y'all be safe. I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace, and let's finish this out.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Shout out Cerostv. Shout out y'all if y'all made it to the end of the video. Please like the video. It helps out the channel. And if you're new, consider subscribing because all we do is chill over here. With that being said, y'all be great. Y'all be safe. Keep on getting to that bag and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.